Thank you for coming to God's Honorable Women, Women of Ministry. Have lunch with Dr. Birdella. It is so good to have you on my show again today. And you know, we've been talking about seasons for the past couple of weeks. And it's been really interesting to understand what seasons are all about and how God sets them up for us. And then not only does he set them up for us, he allows us to walk through them, and we can walk through them if we know that he's holding our hand. A lot of us think we're going through these seasons by ourselves, or we choose to go through the season by ourselves, or we just don't know that God is with us as we're going through these seasons. So the very first one that we talked about was the dry season. That's the season where it just seems like nothing's happening. It just seems like God isn't with me. His existence isn't showing up in my life. I can't get to his presence. That something is going wrong in my life, and you feel like you're all alone. But you have to understand that God is still with you in that season. And as I shared, one time I was going through a dry season, and I went to God and I said, God, I don't feel your presence. Everyone. How you all doing? How you all doing? In March, some insights, what I have learned about wanting to walk in the wholeness of the Lord. So I am so glad to have all of you here with me today. And I'm going to start off with a scripture this morning. And the scripture that I'm going to start off with is coming from Psalms. And it's Psalms 139 and it's verse 14. It says, I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul know right well. Isn't that awesome when we understand that what God says about us? A lot of times what's really happening is we forget what God is saying. We look at all of our brokenness, we look at all of our issues, we look at all of our problems, and we say, well, God isn't there. God isn't listening to me. God isn't with me. I feel so far from God. And that makes us get deeper and deeper into depression, right, deeper and deeper into anger, deeper and deeper into attitudes with other people, confrontations with other people. You know, I was just thinking, like people that are always confronting or warring with other people, I wonder sometimes what is really going on with them that they would be triggered by anything and everything that you say. And so I know it has to do with brokenness. It has to do with what's going on inside of them. It has to do with where they are, not so much with God, but where are you with yourself? What is going on with you? And that's why I want to continue the subject of broken vessels of clay.